Welcome back, guys. It's good to have you here again. So in this video we'll be navigating Photoshop and the basic things you need to know about Photoshop and what you need to know concerning this course. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is how to import our images. There are two ways to doing this. The first way is by opening. You can click on open right here. You can click on open like this, then go to where your image is. That's desktop. Okay, so take for instance, I want to import, let's say, this image. All I just have to do is click on it and open it. I'll wait a little while for Photoshop to load, and voila, this is the image. Photoshop has opened it. The another way you can do this is by going to your file explorer, select the image you want to import and drag it like this, and just bring it here and drop it. Let's go through that again. I have to wait for Photoshop to load, and see it's still loading. All right, so let's pick another image. Let me say I'm picking this image. All I just have to do is click and drag. Once I drag it, I make sure I'm on this place. Once I see the copy text show, that means it's ready to copy it into Photoshop. So I just have to release it like that. So that's basically how you can import images into Photoshop. Okay, so we have this image right here. What if I want to select this image? I want to remove the background. There are different ways to doing this. The first way you can do this is by picking your pen tool and selecting around the image, which will take a lot of your time, but this method is effective when you have an image that does not have a plain background like this one. Maybe it has the background is similar to the model, then you have to use your pen tool to select it. All you have to do is pick a point. Then once you want to pick another point, make sure your pen tool, you are clicking and dragging like this, and then make sure it aligns with the model's body. Then when you want to go to the next point, click on your alt key on your keyboard, come to the last point you made, and make sure this arrow is showing. You can see the little arrow right here, right? So make sure it's showing, then you click on it. Once you click on it, it starts a new anchor point, so you can continue like such. Once you do this one again, before you move to the next one, you come back to your point, hold on your alt key and click on it. So that's basically how you can do it. And there are sometimes you don't need to use your alt key. Maybe the curve is still perfect, then you can continue like this. But maybe you want to create another curve, then you have to come back to your point like this and continue like that. So once you select everything all around, let's say I want to select this model. Maybe I'll be excluding her hair. Make sure you take your time with the pen too, because it's kind of like, it takes a lot of practice before you can master it. But once you master it, the pen tool is actually a very versatile tool. You can use it to remove backgrounds. You can even use it to do more than that. Once you get to know how to use Photoshop well, you know how useful. You can see this type of curve now. When I want to draw it, it's not that perfect. That's why I have to come back to this point and click the Alt, then continue from there. So once you are used to for the pen tool, then I can assure you it will be really easy for you to use. Make sure you take your curves bit by bit. If it's too much, it won't align with the model's body. Okay, the reason why I'm not making this perfect is because of this video, so that it won't get too long. But once you are doing your own, you have to like trace each bit of it. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you a easier method for images like this, but this one is just for you to learn how to use pencil. Okay. Let me just keep the ear part because it will take a lot of our time. But at least you know how to go about it. I'll just be removing this part away. Just for take notice, just for this course, this is not how you should do it normally. But because I don't want our video to get too long, so all right. Once you are done, you would see this small circle showing up here. Once the small circle is showing there, you know that you have completed the whole round. I've selected the whole thing. So once you are done selecting it, all you want to do is you want to come to selection right here and make sure it's on new selection. Click OK. Once you have done that, you will see these tiny lines showing around your selection. Another way you can do this is once you are done with selecting it with the pencil, what you just have to do is go to your keyboard and click on Ctrl plus Enter on your keyboard. Once you do that, it will automatically make the selection. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, you can see that selected it. Can come back to your move tool. So what you want to do is that you have selected this, right? So what you want to do is you want to come to your layer mask right here. You call it layer mask. You want to add a mask. Once you add the mask, you see that it has only the one you selected is showing, is visible. Okay, so that's basically how you can do it. And if you have an issue with it, maybe there are some parts you want to review, like maybe you want to review the head now. You know the head is not showing right now. You want to review some part of the head. All you just have to do is make sure you are selecting this inner part of the layer. This is the outer part, the layer mask. Make sure you are selecting it. Then you want to come to your brush tool right here. As you can see, your brush tool. Make sure it's set to the hardness is set to 100. And make sure you are selecting your foreground color is set to white. Okay. Then you want to increase your brush also to a size that would please you. Then you can start painting it. As you can see, it will basically review the parts that are that are hidden before. Make sure you're inside this layer mask. What of if you want to maybe erase some part of it? All you just have to do is make sure your foreground is selected to black. You can switch it from here, or you can double click here and pick your foreground color. Once again, you can come here, maybe set to white before you set to another color. Maybe okay. If you set to another color, you can just easily change the color from here. You can easily change the color. Make sure it's set to black, full black, and then you can change it back to your brush and start painting where you don't want to see. So it automatically removes it. Another way you can do this is by using your pen tool again. Just select the part you don't want to see. Like the way I'm doing it like this. Just select the part you don't want to see. Make sure you join it together. Select it, control enter, and then you want to fill it with your foreground color. How can you do that? Let's say this is okay. Let me see. Let's revert this to normal tone. Okay. Initially, normally this is how your color selection should be. The foreground should be in white, while the background should be in black. Okay. So if you want to fill this part with your foreground color, all you just have to do is, since your foreground color is white and you want to remove this part, you are going to be filling it with black. Okay, so that means you're going to be using your background. So all you just have to do is hit on control backspace on your keyboard. It will paint this part black. But if it's that you want to reveal it, you hit alt backspace. As you can see, alt backspace on your keyboard, and it reveals it. Control backspace will hide it because your background is black. Control works for background, alt works for foreground, and backspace means you are going to fill it. So that's basically all you need to know about that. Okay, so let's go to another one. Okay, I said I'm going to show you how you can do this easily. So you have your model here. All you just have to do is come to select right here and then click on subject. Once you click on select subject, you wait for Photoshop to do its thing. All it has all it will do is it's going to select the model with its artificial intelligence. Okay, the way it has been programmed, so it's going to select it for you. All right, as you can see, Photoshop has done the selecting. You can see that some of the parts are not perfect, but at least we have a good selection right here. So following the same process again, mask it out. As you can see, it has removed the background. So the next thing you want to do is to permanently remove the background, because we can still see the background because we just masked it out. Okay, can still work with the background. What I like to do is I like to duplicate this layer so that I won't affect the one that has the background. So I can drag it like this and create a new layer with it, so it has duplicated. So what I will do is hide this one and then come to this one. Make sure I'm selecting this layer mask. Then what I want to do is I want to right click and then click on apply layer mask. So basically I've made this one permanent, while this one I can still see the background of it. So I'm just going to hide that and then come back to this one. The next thing I usually do is I want to crop the image like such, so that I don't have a lot of spaces by the side. So how can you crop? You just have to come to your crop tool here. or hit C on your keyboard. Once you do that, this anchor point should show up. The cropping tool should show up like this, and you want to crop it, just drag it to the edges. Make sure you are not cropping away any part of the model. Once you are done with the cropping, all you just have to do is click on enter on your keyboard. So we have successfully cropped our model, and if you can see, you see that it has perfectly removed it. Okay, so what of if we are dealing with something like this? Let me just delete this layer mask. We want to follow the same procedure that we have done before by using select subject. Let's wait for Photoshop to do its thing. I think I need to plug my laptop. Okay, as you can see, Photoshop has done the selection, but you notice that some of the ear parts. Okay, let me just show you something briefly. Let's follow the same procedures. Mask it out, duplicate it like this, hide this one, then apply layer mask. Another thing we want to do is we want to crop it. Okay, so we have our image like this, but I want to check if Photoshop has done the removal properly. Okay, as you can see now, I intentionally added the black background to the back of the model just to check, and you will see that some part of the background are still highlighted in the model's here. So how can we remove those residuals? Okay, let me just leave this right here. The first step is you want to come to your layer, the layer that contains the model. Then you want to click on Control on your keyboard, the Control button, and then make sure you are on this thumbnail. And once you see this square icon show, just click on it. You see that it automatically selects the model for you. Sorry for that. So it automatically selects the model for you. So once you are done selecting it, you want to come to one of these tools, the rectangular marquee tool. Okay, then you want to come to select and mask. So once you click on select and mask, this right here should show out for you. This should show out for you. Then you want to come to this pick on black, and then increase it to 100%. Increase the opacity to 100%. Then you want to come to refine edges, refine edge brush tool. If your cap lock is on, make sure it's off. Then another thing you want to do is you want to increase your brush size. You can come here and increase your brush size right here. So as you can see, your brush size is now visible, but we want to increase it so that we can see properly. Okay, so I can reduce it a little bit. Okay, but firstly I want to zoom in. I want to check the ear properly before I start working. So I want to refine this ear. I want to refine this ear right here. I want to remove all this excess background on it. So I want to come to refine edge brush and then start refining the edge like this. Just make sure you use the brush to trace all these edges like this. Just trace it around. It automatically removes it for you. And once you are done, just release it and make Photoshop load. After it's done loading, you see that it has removed some of the residuals. Wait for it to load again, and then once you are fine with it, you can click on OK right here. Okay, after doing that, you still see that your selection is done. So all you just have to do is click on delete on your keyboard. Sorry, click on mask like this. Just mask it out like the way we did the other one, and then apply your layer mask. So after you are done with that, you see that there is a difference. Let me bring it right like this. This this is the before. You see that the residual is actually still there, but the new one we did, you see that the residual has been removed. So that's basically how you can remove your ear. You can refine your ear in Photoshop. So before we proceed, this video is getting long, so I would let's cut it right here and we'll proceed in the next video.